I was doing that face because the title of this video is Why Regaining Full Function, Physical Function Won't Make Me Happy. I thought that kind of like a what kind of face would fit well with that. So hopefully that's a snapshot. I'm just gonna invite a couple friends here before I get started. Hope that everyone is having an incredible day today. All right, almost done. All right. Perfect. We've got a couple people. What's up, Mercedes? What's up, Nancy? What's up, Jeff? Long time no see, brother. What's up, Bridget? So today I want to talk to you guys about a crazy realization that I had yesterday that's kind of like turning my whole world upside down. The realization that I had is that regaining full physical function doesn't actually have the power to make me happy. That it really doesn't have the power to make me happy. So let me give you some background for this idea. So for most of my adult life, I've been extremely depressed and extremely anxious. And I've always felt that the keys to true happiness were within. And along the spiritual path, I found little tools that I could use to unlock aspects of myself that were locked and to allow for a greater unfolding experience of enjoyment and fulfillment to happen in my life. But it's absolutely crazy to me that I could go from being fully physically able, 100% function, and being unhappy and anxious and depressed, to now experiencing the most physical limitation that I've ever experienced and feeling more happy than I can remember since I was a kid. How is this possible? Well, happiness has nothing to do with physical function, it turns out. It's far deeper than that. But before we go on here, I want to give a definition of my definition of happiness. I tried to find one online, but none of them seem to fit. So just for the sake of this discussion, let me pull this up here. So the definition that I created for happiness is a lasting state of well-being experienced in the present moment that is not dependent on external circumstances, in which aspects of oneself are anchored and aligned in love and gratitude. An experience of liberation and freedom from the bondage of limiting thoughts and beliefs, an experience of enjoying and appreciating life while feeling fulfilled within oneself. Now, I recognized yesterday that I had actually been waiting to be happy on some level until physical function improved. I had thought on some level, not like entirely, like, oh, I can't be happy at all unless I get better, but there was some portion, and it might have even been a big portion of myself, that was holding off happiness, believing that happiness couldn't be attained until physical function improved. And it's such a relief to realize that this is absolutely false. I don't know why I didn't see it before, actually, because for a long time now, I've recognized that an experience of living with ALS does not have the power to limit the amount of joy, peace, and love that I can experience. Yet somehow I missed that regaining the physical function doesn't have the power to increase the amount of peace, love, or joy that I can experience. Regaining physical function doesn't have the power to increase my happiness. And I was thinking about it, if I had to choose between regaining physical function and being completely happy, what would I choose? Freaking being happy every single day of the week. You know, that is what I want most. And I think everybody wants that the most. And so much of my life, especially since being diagnosed, I've been trying to control and micromanage different areas of my life. I'm trying to do what most people believe is impossible in reversing the physical progression of ALS. So I'm like, I got no margin for error here. So all of my motivation has been, or a lot of my motivation has been, I'm going to micromanage my life, create a perfect circumstance, and then I'll be healthy, and then I'll be happy. So essentially, regaining physical function was a locked door, and behind that locked door is happiness if I could only get there. So it's crazy freeing to realize, no, my primary goal is happiness. That's what I want. And you know, the funny thing about happiness is when you're in that flow, based on my definition at least of what happiness is, it really is a flow where you're present with life, you're present with yourself, and that's when synchronicity happens. That's when God and the universe can bring us exactly what we need, exactly when we need it, the experiences that we need to have when we need to have them. When we're trying to control everything in our reality, we're trying to do it, and we're always doing it from a place of resistance. And there's always some lack of flow in life. So ironically enough, I think that me focusing on happiness first, which I now recognize is more important than anything else, and I don't have a barrier to experience that first, is actually an experience in which I'm probably going to be more successful at drawing an experience of physical well-being to me because it's a state of flow. And also I was thinking, if physical function doesn't regain or doesn't gain happiness, what does it gain me? Well, physical function increases would give me more options in life, certainly. It would give me more of a sense of freedom where I can do what I want when I want to, and it would allow me to be more independent, you know? And all those things are great, you know? Those would be awesome to experience those things, but it isn't that really deep level that we're all yearning for of happiness. So widening the view a little bit here, I want you to think about your own life. In your own life, what things are you waiting for in order to be happy? In your own mind, in your own heart, what are you saying? Oh, I can be happy, but I need this thing first. Because I think we all do this on some level. We all have these illusions that happiness needs to wait. And there's this thing that needs to happen first. So recognize that that's not true, whatever it is, and that everything you need to experience happiness and fulfillment is within. It's not always easy, you know, just recognizing that you want more happiness isn't like waving a wand or meditating for a minute and it's like, yeah, I got it. But it, you know, it takes work to dive into ourselves and do this work. And so much of this work's what I've been doing over the past few years. In many ways, ALS and not having external responsibilities has allowed me the time to really go within. But if happiness is what we desire, put that first, and I think we'll all experience some of those benefits. So thank you so much for listening. It truly was a profound experience for me of being like, I've been waiting for happiness all this time, you know, and it's exciting for me to share about it. And it's always helpful to share with you guys because it helps kind of solidify and cement the idea in my own mind. An idea like this, it strikes you and then it's like, wow, that's incredible. But it starts off as an intellectual knowing, and then it slowly drips down into the deeper parts of who we are as it becomes a felt sense of knowing and an understanding and an experience of reality. So thank you guys so much for listening today and for being with me. I hope you got something out of this video. Maybe like it if you liked it, and hopefully it'll help get around to more people. Much love, everybody. I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you later.